Hi, my name's Braxton Thornley. I'm a senior technology trainer here at UEN, and today we're going to talk about accessibility in Nearpod. And in particular, we're going to look at how you can use Nearpod to make the content of your lessons more accessible to your students. Now, the first thing that we're going to point out is Nearpod's a great tool for providing students information in a variety of contexts and representations, which is the first step in making that content accessible to them. Additionally, Nearpod also allows you to generate student-paced lessons so that students can move at their own pace and in their own direction, which also boosts accessibility. But beyond those two components, we're also going to dive into some of Nearpod's accessibility features, such as closed captions, audio options, and even allowing students to submit their own audio responses. Additionally, Nearpod has Immersive Reader built in, which allows students to translate content into any language they need. So today we're going to look at all of those accessibility options with the hope of giving you some tools for your own classroom. So today we're going to begin by creating a lesson so that I can show you some of these accessibility features. And we're going to start by talking about adding audio to your content. And you can do that either with a slide, or you can even add audio to an image or any other media type that you add to your lesson. But today we're just going to work with slides. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And as you can see on the side, I can adjust whatever style I want for my slide. But today we'll just keep this simple, and I'll just write sample across the top here and then add in a little bit of content to the slide as well. That way we can work with this slide a bit more later on in the video. For now though, I'm going to go ahead and add audio, and you can see that I have the option to upload audio or record audio. And recording audio is usually simplest, so that's what I'm going to do here. And once I click on that, you'll see at the bottom of my slide, I have the ability to then click on that microphone and begin recording audio for my slide. Once I'm done recording, I can play it back and listen to it, I can delete it, or I can save it and then add it to this slide for students to listen to as they progress through the lesson. Now, additionally, beyond that, I also want to talk a little bit about Nearpod's video features and how Nearpod allows closed captions for any of the videos that you're using in your presentation. So you can see I'm adding a video here, and as you're probably already familiar with, Nearpod has a really big video library that we can choose from. But today I'm just going to select one of those. If I wanted to, I could search in the library, I can filter by standard, so on and so forth, and I can even add a video from YouTube if I wanted to. Now, the important thing here is that regardless of the option I choose, so whether I search in the video library like I am now, or if I use a YouTube video, either way, that video is going to come across with closed captions. Now, a lot of the videos in Nearpod actually have the text built into the video itself, like you'll be able to see in this video. But if it doesn't have the text right inside of the video, Nearpod will add those closed captioning options so that students who are hard of hearing can still get the information they need. Now, additionally, I want to go back to all of our interactive elements here to just point out the various media types that you can use in your lesson to represent your content in a variety of ways. So we have models, simulations, field trips, videos, so on and so forth. And all of that can be really powerful in helping your students understand content in ways that they maybe wouldn't before. We're going to jump to an open-ended question here though, because Nearpod also allows students to submit their own audio. Now you can see I'm just writing a sample question here, but over on the side, I can toggle on this switch that then enables student audio recording. So now students can talk back to me as their submission within the lesson. This is a great tool for students who are maybe still learning English, or maybe even some of our younger learners who aren't totally fluent in their reading skills yet, and it allows them to engage in the content regardless of where their proficiency level is. Now, we've gone ahead and saved that lesson, and what I want to do now is I'm actually going to teach it in student pace mode. So I'm going to generate a student pace link, and I'm going to go ahead and set the expiration date way out in the future. And then I'm going to copy that link and open it up in a new tab. Now, student-paced lessons are really powerful because they allow students to move at their own speed as needed, and you can even give different students different lessons to kind of personalize or differentiate content as needed. As our lesson opens up, you'll be able to see the slide that we created together, just that simple sample one that I created earlier. And you'll notice that at the bottom of the slide is that audio that we recorded recorded earlier. So if I was a student, I'd be able to listen to that audio. But additionally, Nearpod also has the immersive reader built in, and I'm going to open that now so that you can see what it is. Now, immersive reader does a few things. One of the things it does, though, is it allows students to play any written content back to them. They can adjust the voice speed, they can adjust whether it's a male or female that's reading to them, and they have those customizable options so that they can hear the content in your lesson. Additionally, they can reformat the text, so if they have some sort of visual impairment, it's easier for them to read. They can change the background color, so on and so forth that you see here. But they also have the ability to toggle on parts of speech and look at nouns and syllables and adverbs to support reading comprehension, but also to support just the learning of our language. And then additionally, beyond those tools, if I click on the last option in Immersive Reader, you can see that they also have a line focus option, which will condense the content on the slide down to a single or two lines so that students can focus on individual lines as needed. Now, in these options that we have pulled up right now, you'll also see that there's a picture dictionary, so students can click on words and see a picture of the word. They can also have the word read aloud to them if they'd like. Obviously, some pictures work a little bit better for some words than others, but that's available to them. And then below that, we have our translate options, and you can see all of these languages are powered by Microsoft Translate, and students can convert your content into whatever language they need. So we're going to go ahead and select German here, and I have the option to translate by word, which is what's set right now. So when I click on example here, it's going to translate that into German. I can also listen to it in German, I can listen to it in English. But then if I go back to my options in Immersive Reader where we just were, I can also translate the entire slide or the entire document all at once. And so now the whole thing is converted to German. Importantly, I still have the ability to play that content back, but now it's going to be read to me in German rather than English. And that becomes really powerful when you're working with students who maybe aren't even literate in their first language, and you can still get them content by allowing them to have that read back to them in audio format like you see here. Now, those are just a quick overview of some of the accessibility features in Nearpod, but hopefully it gives you a number of ideas of how you can make your content in your classroom a little bit more accessible for your students.